all these kind of surprised me. I didn't know. I just kind of assumed, yeah, like people could own them, of course, for, hunting or protecting their lands against foxes. Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be watching and reacting to and trying to understand more UK gun laws explained. There's a 5-minute video of explaining gun laws in the UK, and I just want to see kind of where they stand on it, any history behind this, all the reasoning, hopefully what they found happens having way less guns, because I'm so used to guns everywhere around here. There's all the police, like reacting to multiple videos previously of the police there. They don't carry guns, whereas here you would never see a police officer without some sort of gun. I remember when I was in Boy Scouts when I was younger, someone that was in Boy Scouts with me, his father was a police officer, drove me home once, and I'm sitting in the car and there's just a shotgun right next to him. He is an officer, but it was pretty weird. Just there's this big old gun right next to me, just kind of standing up in his vehicle, and I'm sure he had a pistol on him. Very common here. It'd be an odd sight, if not impossible sight, if you saw a police officer without a some sort of weapon. So I wanted to compare that and kind of understand the UK gun laws and just kind of compare them to what I am so used to and better understand all this. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let me know if there's anything else you could expand on or talk about or questions for me, anything like that, because this is a quite the topic. Let's get into this.
Welcome to Adam Explains, where I break down tough topics and give you the facts. Before we begin, if I could take this time to request that you like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Guns are heavily restricted in the UK, but contrary to what many people believe, including many Brits, owning a firearm is not illegal. On average, Britain has 6.5 guns per 100 people, compared to the USA, which has 101 guns per 100 people, according to the Small Arms Survey.
Alright, let's just stop there real quick. So this is a good comparison. So owning guns, yeah, of course it's not going to be illegal to own a weapon. When I was in Scotland, I think, when I was really young, I was probably 10 or something like that. I remember being on some beautiful land, and we're staying at like a bed and breakfast back in the day, someone's gatehouse. It was something random like that. And I remember my brother and I just walking throughout the property, and the owner asked us if we wanted to stay up with them all night and just kind of watch out for, I think it was something along the lines of like watch out for foxes that were hunting the sheep on the land. Yeah, of course you get to own something. There has to be hunters and all that stuff in the UK, but the guns that they have there, I'm sure, are a million times different than like military weapons that you could have here.
According to the Small Arms Survey, unlike the Americans with the Second Amendment, gun ownership in the UK is a privilege, not a right. Whether or not this is the right approach is not up for debate in this video, but feel free to discuss it at length in the comments section. Firearms control in the UK is among the toughest in the world, and firearms offences continue to make up less than 0.2% of recorded crime. As you would expect, with such low gun ownership, gun-related deaths are incredibly rare. According to the Geneva Declaration of Armed Violence and Development, it stands at 1 death per million people per year. The UK population is around about 56 million people, and that only adds up to around 50 to 60 gun homicides annually. The rules around gun ownership can vary depending on where you are in the UK, particularly in Northern Ireland, where due to the Good Friday Agreement the laws are much less restrictive, and over 5% of the population own a firearm, though these gun owners are not permitted to transport their weapons to mainland Britain. So who in general can obtain a firearm? To possess or purchase a firearm, an individual in the UK must be assessed as not posing a threat to public safety by the police, who act as the licensing authority. In addition, the individual must have a good reason to own a firearm and be able to demonstrate to the licensing authority that they require their firearm for work, sport or leisure on a regular legitimate basis, such as being a member of a target shooting club. The reason the police are the licensing authority is because they possess local information that helps inform their judgment, and discretion over what constitutes a good reason is often left up to chief officers. To own a firearm in the UK, a person must undergo a strict vetting procedure, which includes interviews, visits to the person's property, criminal record checks, and references from friends. In addition, the applicant's GP may be contacted. Once a firearm license is issued and paid for, the licensed individual must store their gun securely to avoid access by any unlicensed person. What firearms may be licensed in the UK? Unless declared specially dangerous by the Firearms Dangerous Air Weapons Rules of 1969, low-powered air weapons are generally not licensed in England and Wales. That means that if you purchase one of these, you do not require a license in order to possess it.
Low-powered air up, is that like a what we call BB gun or airsoft gun? Shoots little pellets. Is that what they're talking? And also, I know I've friends and family members that do own guns. I do not. Well, we have a cabin that's up where there's mountain lions and stuff, and there is a little 22 rifle that we have. So I guess technically I do have one, but it's off in the middle. It's literally a cabin in the woods, far away from anyone. Other than that, no need to do it. But I do have friends and family, and all you have to do is say, yeah, like apply for it, as long as you don't have like a criminal record. This is very basic. You just say kind of what you need it for. And this is in California too, where I would assume it's more on the strict side to compared to a lot of the states here. Don't know too much about it here because I don't own one, and I don't really have much interest to own one. But yeah, they just say, I feel, I need to protect myself from wildlife when I go hiking, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, here you go. Here's your license. Or like if you're a lawyer, you could just get a gun to protect yourself and stuff like that. So that's maybe a little different.
It is often said that handguns
A lot different.
are outright banned, which is not strictly true. An individual may own long-barreled revolvers and long-barreled pistols, which are defined with a barrel of at least 30 centimeters in length and that the firearm is at least 60 centimeters long. Long-barreled single-shot firearms of any caliber and semi-automatic pistols of 22 rimfire caliber are permitted with a firearm certificate.
See, that's what I got. 22. I could pass.
Those that do not meet these criteria would be considered a pistol in UK law and are effectively banned, with the exception of muzzle-loading pistols, including muzzle-loading revolvers, which are permitted as long as they meet the criteria set forth in the regulations. All of the pistols are prohibited in Great Britain. Shotguns are legal on a shotgun certificate as long as they can't hold more than 3 shotgun shells, including the one in the chamber, if it's a pump-action or semi-automatic shotgun. However, shotguns with a detachable magazine or larger fixed magazine are still permitted, but you'll have to obtain a Section 1 firearm certificate. Rifles are also permitted. These are defined by UK law as a rifled firearm with a barrel longer than 30 centimeters or 12 inches, and a total length of the rifle must be longer than 60 centimeters or 24 inches, and it must also not fall under the classification of a long barrel revolver or pistol. Rifles are permitted in any caliber size as long as it doesn't meet the definition of self-loading or pump action. Semi-automatic or pump action rifles are only permitted at a 22 rimfire caliber. What might surprise you is that under UK law, it is legal for you to own the following weaponry, with the correct licensing of course. The M&P 1522, which is based on the AR-15, H&K 416, semi-automatic 22 rimfire caliber MP5, Ruger 1022, Beretta ARX 160, and you can even own an Uzi as long as it's a 22.
That's something that I had no idea, that this is more, cause yeah, like the M&P 1522 is yeah, very similar to, I feel like, guns that are here. I guess as long as they're, generally 22, it's all fine if they shoot that caliber. All these kind of surprised me. I didn't know. I just kind of assumed, yeah, like people could own them, of course, for, hunting or protecting their lands against foxes, stuff like that, where 22 is, probably fine for most things. But yeah, this kind of surprises me. And is this general knowledge in the UK? People typically know, yeah, I could own these if you have like legitimate reason, or is it something that you are surprised as well? And do you even know anyone that owns any of these weapons? I don't know how. It seems really uncommon to even know someone that owns a weapon, just a gun, even a rifle or a shotgun or something there, but maybe it's a little more common than I think.
Rimfire caliber. So next time someone says that the UK banned guns, we didn't, but we do strongly restrict and control who can own firearms and what firearms can be owned. And generally speaking, culturally, we don't have the same affinity or interest in firearms as our American cousins. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave up to you. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on the UK's approach to gun laws. I'd love to hear it. Does it shock you? Does it concern you? Let me know. Thanks very much for watching.
Yeah, pretty much the same question. Did you learn anything from here? Are you surprised about anything? Because I'm a little surprised about certain things. We know here in the U.S. that it is very strict over there. But yeah, a lot of Americans, you could ask them like anything, like, oh, can you own a gun there? And people would be like, oh, no way, you could never own a gun in the UK. Did you learn anything here? Did anything surprise you? Do you know anyone that owns a weapon over there? Or is it just extremely rare? It's like, I can't name one person who owns a weapon. Whereas here in the US, I think everyone could name people that have some sort of weapon. And it's this huge difference in culture here. I know it's way different. And even like the deaths here are just like crazy, you know, way too much. And it makes a lot of sense how if you apply for one of the weapons in the UK, just a weapon, it seems like you have to go through some legitimate steps to acquire one, and then it goes to the local authorities to actually, you know, go through and make sure you are good. They have like that more intimate knowledge of you, and then they can even ask like the doctor, like, hey, is this person sane, you know, or would it be safe if they owned a weapon, and is it like legit purpose, all that stuff. So let me know what you think. Way different from here, so this was fun. I love these kinds of videos. And yeah, until next time, give me all your stories and everything, and until next time, have a good rest of your day.